So what's up everybody, it's me, True Star Screamer. And it's time for the first review of 2025, that's right, and it's a classified series review. Who's really surprised, honestly? Show of hands. Show of like buttons. Who's really surprised? Hit that like button. And we are looking at the classified series Zandar figure. Of all the subgroups, if you told me that Dreadnoks would be the first one we'd be almost filling up completely, I would really been surprised. I mean, what are we down to now? Monkey Wrench, Zanzibar, and I think that's about it for the main ones. If I'm missing anybody, leave them down below. This is the other of the Terror Twins, which Cobra's got two sets of twins working for him. Wow. Thomas, Zaemon, and these two, and Zorana and Sart. Yeah, anyway. That's interesting. But, pull it right here. Love the art. Great photography back here. That is a fantastic diorama, I gotta say. Loved if they sold that bike, to be honest. That'd be neat. I've been anticipating this guy, because I've really been enjoying how they've been handling the Dreadnoks, actually. So, he is number 146. Dear Lord, his sister was number 48, so it's been almost 100 figures since then. That is crazy. But let's get this guy open. He looks really good. I'm excited. Actually, before I get him out of the box, hey look, I happen to have Zorana here to pose him next to. Kind of crazy how the packaging has changed, you know? Way back when. This is that from the first round. Just now it's gotten so much smaller. Just interesting thought on that. Here we have Zandar out of the packaging. And I love his character design. I absolutely do. This trips all my aesthetic triggers, to be honest. From an asymmetric design, which I am a huge fan of personally. Nice use of colors. There's some paint accents here that have me very happy. Now, it's not flawless. I had to do a few things to make him a little better, but in general, I am very, very pleased with this figure. Let's talk about my favorite thing. He has all his gear on him. I love that I can have this pose, by the way. This is one of my favorite poses of a figure being able to pull a weapon out of a back sheath or scabbard. It's just, for some reason, I love that. But he's holding all his gear. There's nothing extra on here. Of course, I would have always liked some extra hands, even though I hardly ever use them. But aside from that, this is a very well-designed figure. Go ahead and pull that off, and I did have to I had to use, like I said, a few things. One, the hands were very close. I did hit it with the hands with a hairdryer before putting the weapon in, so it just kind of the trigger hand molded a little better. You can actually see here almost the differences between the two hands. Again, hairdryer did that. And I also did the shoulder mod for the butterfly joints. I couldn't even bring it to the review with those. They were barely moving. So I'll have a video on how to do a shoulder mod. I can't remember if I've done it already, but I'll make sure I put one up at some point this week. Talking about his design, the shoulder pads, the gold paint. Oh my gosh, I love the gold paint. On the skulls, this additional chainmail, the chain here, the belt buckle, the little attachments on here, and finally his boots. Again, like I said, I love the asymmetry to it, so I like how this one boot has almost like this extra steel toe on there just to make that one kick extra fierce. Yeah, it's awesome. The vest has some accent colors to it. Absolutely thrilled with that. He's got a backpack. Sure, I wouldn't have minded some color on the patches. I like the fact that his spears for his spear gun, they're painted separately, so it kind of gives them a little bit of definition. The spear gun. Not the worst offender on the bendy scale. It's pretty solid. I mean, yes, again, I always say the Action Force weapons are superior. But as far as classified weapons go, it's not the worst. And yes, the fact they painted the silver tip is good for the spear. Always, though, would have wanted more paint with a sculpt like this. He has this very awesome little, I don't know if I call it a bush axe or what, and that fits in this sheath right here. And oh, I didn't even notice the copper plates on, yeah, that's on this glove. Again, that asymmetry I like. So that's there, and you can see the tattoos on here. I am very, very happy with what I am holding here. Mentioned the backpack, and then he also has a pistol that's right up here. So this is, again, like with the character design, things I love. He's got his specialized long-range weapon. It's a spear gun, it's quiet, I guess you can do stealth with that. Cool. Finally, when you're out of the stealth situation, you've got your pistol for close combat. That runs out of ammo. You've got bladed weapons. Oh yeah. And he also has this really nice little dirk right here. Again, silver painted blade. So he is ready to party, basically. Go. Yeah. Yeah. Come get some. This is fantastic, to be honest. He's got all these cool joints on it. You know, he just looks like he should be more flamboyant, which is great. Oh, I didn't even talk about the head sculpt. Pierced ears. I don't know if that's supposed to be war paint or tattoos, to be honest. What I do like is it covers up his throat too, so that keeps that continuity going on. And then he's got the pink scarf, which I swear is probably the bottom part of his sister's t-shirt, which is kinda creepy. There are the twins together. Okay, I think I'm happy to say that the scarf is not from his sister's jacket. Good, because like I said, that would have been kind of creepy. Still though, looking at them together, I think I would have liked his jeans to match hers, to be honest. I think that would have, again, given a little more color continuity to it all. But aside from that, yeah, they look good together. They look very good. So I'm talking about the aesthetics being good. Again, the design does still have some issues. These shoulder pads, as much as I like how they look, they do block putting him into a T-pose. So that does restrict him slightly on the vertical. That is definitely a little frustrating. I think I would have been happy if they actually had tabs from the vest attaching to the shoulder blades, so that would have the shoulder pad to give it a little more, more flexibility to it. But I do like how it's painted on here to make it look like it's tied to his arm, or yeah, I think that would have been the best way of doing it, attaching that to the vest right there. Don't know if the vest itself is removable. That's one thing that Action Force absolutely has over Hasbro, of actually being able to pop open the vests and all. So it would be kind of cool to be able to take that off, just to kind of open them up a little more. With the vest, the vest does restrict the ab crunch slightly. Keep that in mind. I mean, you can pull it up a little. You can get a bend out of it, so you can get kind of a predatory stance. And it is the normal Hasbro necks, so they don't look up too well. Though even if it was a regular disc hinge, probably the hair would be blocking it. Again, I don't want to sound like I'm talking all rainbows and this is an amazing figure. I mean, it's a good figure. This is definitely a good figure. But no, it's not a 100% knock out of the park. Everything else is the conventional classified figure articulation, drop down hip, boot swivel, double joints on there. These were not the stiffest, but they definitely have some tension to them, which is good. And, yeah. Seriously, they do look good together. But Zandar is, I think, a very, very solid opening salvo for the 2025 Joe series. Again, not flawless. I did have to modify him. I did have to do the the butterfly joint modification to it. I actually shaved a little inside on his pecs here to give a little bit of clearance for the butterflies as well. The shoulder pads, that's actually probably my biggest annoyance more than anything else after the butterfly mod, because, well, I can't really fix that without doing some crazy altering to the figure. But aesthetically, he looks good. With his sister, he looks awesome. Again, the fact I can have him carry all the gear. This guy is literally checking all my boxes of what I want for a G.I. Joe classified figure. The paint's actually some of the better paint they've put for a long time, and the joint tolerances are all there. So I'm very happy with this. I give this guy a solid B+, A-, absolutely. But let me know your thoughts down below. I mean, that's the whole part of the comment section after all. 2025 is going to be the year for True Starscreamer. You can catch me, of course, on the Figure Action Podcast. I'm starting to float around on some of the 3POA stuff, which is absolutely awesome. Trying to get on Tuesday nights with Figure Fight Club, if he lets me, because he's a really cool guy like that. But let me know your thoughts. We got a lot of cool stuff on the horizon. And as always, until next time, take care. Peace.